Action.
Okay, I'm Brad Pindhorn, and this is my presentation on pre-production techniques. Pre-production techniques are basically just the processes and just the production techniques that you go through before the plan goes into production. So it's the ideas, the processes used, and just basically planning out and visualising the ideas before you put the stuff into production before it gets made. So you know what you're doing along the way. There's no confusion. Everyone's on the same track. These can often start off with mood boards. Mood boards are basically just a collection of visual ideas, initial ideas, usually collages or simple images, simple text, just to get the idea across of what your brain is doing and put it onto paper so everyone else can see it. Obviously explaining the idea sometimes is quite difficult, so getting your ideas out, taking in inspirations from other ideas, just research basically on what you want to put forward. It also acts as a visual reference for when you want to go back as well, further in the production. You can look back on what you've done, your initial ideas, where the ideas actually came from. Mind maps as well. This is a sort of next step for me from the mood boards. So you have your idea, and it sort of stems out into various other ideas. So they lead off each idea. It's not just one idea and then another idea. You have the idea, and then it leads off into various other ideas which are taken from the first one, and how you get to it. And again, it acts as almost a timeline in some ways. So you can look back through where the ideas came from and how you got to the outcome. And initial sketches and stuff as well, especially for me as a graphic designer, having the visual idea. It's always good to have it down on paper. Sometimes just having the writing on the paper, which is generally what mind maps are, isn't always that helpful. So to have an actual sort of a visual reference of what you've actually thought of. So getting it across to other people, drawing it out for them so they can sort of see what you're thinking, your idea. I mean, there's obviously a saying, a picture speaks 1,000 words, and it does work. In some ways, people can understand your ideas far more clearly for me if I draw it out rather than just writing it down on a bit of paper for them. And storyboards as well. These are sort of they're sort of used more as a linear technique, and so it explains a process. And usually we haven't used them too much in my job role, but we have had stuff in sort of presenting adverts and stuff like that, showing the process of start to finish. And this is usually later on in the process, pre-production. This is just before it goes into production. This is sort of a final thing. This is what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and what it's going to look like, sort of thing. That's pretty much it for my sort of pre-production. I don't know if anyone's got any questions at all. No?
I just wanted to ask about the mind map.
Yes.
You said linear, but I think the layout sort of suggests.
I said linear and storyboards, not.
Oh, so I thought I had you doing the same linear on the mind maps. No, because I say it's not really linear; it's more kind of organic.
I said under the storyboards.
All right, thanks.